Hello everyone, VJ's830 back again, and I got my trademark sweater shirt on. And now it's time. It's something I've been hoping not to do, but I am doing it again anyway. Another Kickstarter Hall of Shame induction. And, I really don't want to do this, but I have to. I feel I have to. Today's induction is Tyree. And the reason why I'm inducting him is because he has not, despite all these months, finished fulfillment on his one and only single project that he did by himself on Kickstarter. And I'll get into it a little bit more in just a minute. The last update on this project was, just a couple weeks ago, November 2015. And his last login onto Kickstarter was a few days ago as well, a couple of days ago. Now, let's get on to it. This project is massive. Over 1,600 backers. It was an $18,000 goal for the Bicycle Call of Cthulhu Living Dark deck. There was also a Tarot deck, and then there was a stretch goal for another bicycle deck, Horror on the Orient Express. $18,000 goal. He had over $116,000 for this project. More than enough money to cover any costs and expenses and issues, I would like to think. On top of that, for some unknown reason, he decided to do an additional project for the same decks later on with a $5,000 goal, and he tripled that with over $15,000 on that one. So, over $130,000 total for the whole thing. That's a huge amount of money. The first project was funded December of 2013. That is 2 years ago now. Just about 2 years ago. And the second one was funded in May of 2014. Lately, there's been, throughout the whole project, it's hard to remember. It's been 2 years, so I don't remember every update, but there hasn't been quite that much communication. And, I understand, for a long time he was working on art for all three of these decks. And I think he had other projects as well that he was taking on. And this is one of the problems. He should not have launched this project before he had any artwork done. He should have launched this project like 3 weeks ago. At this rate, or a couple of months ago at this rate. It should not have been 2 years ago. Or perhaps he should have limited the project to one deck or two decks and forget the Tarot deck or whatever. There was just too much artwork, too much of a workload on him. And, he didn't even have much time to breathe for a while there. I know right now, including myself, there is a large amount of backers that are pissed off, and rightfully so. Last significant, I said the last update was a few weeks ago, early November. Wasn't too much major now. And the last significant update for me, personally, was on September 28th, 2015, when he announced that the Horror on the Orient Express decks had arrived. And the other decks, the Living Dark, the original deck, he received back in February. Apparently, he's also still waiting on the Tarot decks. I don't know what the delay is with that still. Basically, tons of inexcusable delays on a project, like I said, that should not have launched in 2013. It should have launched in 2014 at the very earliest, once he had some artwork done. You cannot... This is why I don't like projects that... This is why I don't like projects that don't have any artwork done, or haven't started the artwork, or barely got any artwork done, because then they have to do all the art, and it just drags on and on and on. And as you can see with this one, 2 years later, still waiting for decks. Unacceptable. Get most of the artwork or half of the artwork done before you launch a project. It goes a lot smoother. By the time a project is over, you should be getting the artwork to USB-C or Legends or whoever and getting the ball rolling. And that way, backers can get the product as soon as possible. It should not take this long. It's freaking ridiculous. And you know what's funny? It must have been like a year ago when I started doing the Hall of Fame videos. He actually told me I should induct him. So, wish granted. I mean, I was reluctant to do it for a long time. He was nice enough to me. He would respond to comments. But lately, he hasn't responded. Back in September when he said he had the decks and he was shipping, I sent him a message on Facebook, told him, where's my stuff and whatnot, whatever it was. And he said that he would let me know when he would send me a tracking information when it's shipped. It's been a few weeks now. I've been trying to contact him, trying to find out where it is. He made it seem like, the shipment of the deck, or decks, whatever it was imminent. And so I've been waiting, trying to get tracking information from him, trying to get a response from him. It's not happening. He's not responding to comments on the project page. The last update was like 3 weeks ago. He's not responding to people's messages. It doesn't sound good to me. It sounds like some of these other creators that we've seen that, they just disappear. And then that's it. And he does have the decks. We've seen a picture of that. And, I mean, I did get the original deck, the Riven Dark deck. I got months ago. I reviewed it. I just want the second deck, the Horror of the Orient Express deck. And why he's spending money on shipping some decks to people and then shipping more decks later on, I don't know. I mean, I appreciate that he sent me the Riven Dark deck, but it just seems like a financial unnecessary thing that he should have had all the decks being produced around the same time and delivered around the same time. Again, art problems, not having the art done. And I think there's even been people right now commenting, talking about let's do something, legal action. And that's not good. And all of this, including this video, could have been avoided if he would just say something, post an update, do something. Somebody made a comment saying that there was some kind of a problem with the tuck cases or whatever, but he never said anything. Why not say something if there is a problem with the tuck cases that they had to be reproduced or something? I don't know. He hasn't said anything. It's just, I just try to see if there's, anything else. There's this, it's inexcusable. He should not have started this project when he did. Should have had more artwork done. And I think personally, when it comes to creators like Saint Tyree and perhaps Eric Mana and others who have problems with fulfilling stuff themselves and getting stuff done and communication and just management of a project, let somebody else do it. Go to Gambler's Warehouse, go to United Cardists, perhaps, go to Collectible Playing Cards, give them the artwork. Albino Dragon's doing it now too. You give them the artwork, sell them the artwork, and that's it. Because too many times I've had to deal with creators who suck at management, suck at communication. They run these projects, they get the money. They're great artists, no doubt about it, great artists. But they get the money, and then they get screwed up. They don't know what they're doing. They don't figure out shipping costs properly. They have too many problems with fulfilling because they're doing it themselves instead of getting some fulfillment company to do it. And there's many out there. Again, Gambler's Warehouse does fulfillment. Collectible Cards through their crowdfulfillment.com. They do fulfillment. Albino Dragon, I think, is doing fulfillment. And I mean, the King's Wild does fulfillment. You know, everyone and anyone is doing fulfillment now, it seems. Even Legends Playing Cards does fulfillment. NPC does fulfillment if you produce through them. There's no excuses for all these massive delays. There's no excuses for not having artwork done. There's just, enough is enough. I am backing very few projects on Kickstarter from now on, and only from creators I can trust and that I know. And then the rest I'll get elsewhere, on collectible cards or playing cards on that or whatever. And that is that. Anyways, St. Tyree, horrible management, mismanagement of a project, extreme long delays, 2 years is unacceptable for a project on Kickstarter. That is that. I will see you next time. Let me know what you think, comment, rate, subscribe. Thanks for watching.